Hollywood's newest it guy and back as the werewolf, Jacob Black, in the Twilight Saga Eclipse. Please welcome Taylor Lautner.
Are you looking at the signs?
Yeah, I am looking at the signs.
It's been an interesting year for you, huh?
It's interesting, yes, a good
I
word.
mean, the last time you were here, this exact same scenario played out, but a lot has happened to you since then. You presented at the Oscars.
Yes.
I watched you, and I
Did you?
thought for a second I saw a hint of nervousness.
A hint. I'm glad it was only a hint because I was freaking.
Really?
It's probably the most nervous I've ever been. Just, I mean, standing up on that stage and looking down at the people you've watched your entire life.
Right.
It was crazy.
Did you lock eyes with any one person? Like, who was the first person that you saw?
They were in my peripheral because I wouldn't let myself lock eyes because I would have just stopped talking. If I would have locked eyes with Leo or George Clooney or someone,
Right.
I would have not been able to speak. So I was sure to avoid that.
Oh, and then you did SNL this year.
I did do SNL,
How
yeah.
was that?
It was,
That's equally terrifying, but in a different way.
which is
right?
totally different way.
Were you more nervous for SNL or for the Oscars?
I was for the Oscars. SNL, they tell you beforehand, they say, you know, the cast is great, you're not going to be nervous, you're just going to have fun, and I'm like, okay. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun,
Right.
but I was nervous. I mean, it's live.
Yeah.
Did your upper lip get stuck to your teeth? Sometimes when you get really nervous,
Right.
your mouth goes
Because
dry.
it's dry.
Yeah, and then your lip gets stuck to your teeth.
Gotcha. I see where you're going.
I mean, that's never happened to me or anything, but I've just heard that happens.
You know, it's probably happened a few times.
So when you go in there, they ask you if you can do any accents, if you sing, and then you can dance. I mean, did you tell them you could do any of those things?
No, I told them I couldn't do any of those things. They literally, when I got the offer for it, I was like, listen, guys, it's such an honor, but I don't sing, I don't dance, and I don't do accents. And that's pretty much what SNL is. So,
Well, we have a little clip we're going to show where you.
Wait,
I think you.
you prove otherwise in this clip. Just
Yeah,
a
let's see
second.
that.
Wait
Oh,
just
no.
a second. Was that German rap?
I wish I could answer that question. I have no idea what that was.
I thought that was great. Very brave, and you look cute as a blonde. Who knew?
I wouldn't go that far, but it was fun.
We're going to take a break and talk about... That was when you presented at the MTV Movie Awards.
That was.
Is that the first time you met Tom Cruise?
That was. And I met him as that. So it was so weird. Like, Tom Cruise
Right.
is my #1.
Right.
And meeting him was so surreal. And the first time I met him, I kind of snuck up behind him, and he was doing his Les Grossman groove thing.
Right.
It was very funny. But no, that was amazing working with him.
You've been on a whirlwind tour promoting this film. You've been to Rome, like we talked about.
Yeah.
You were in Sydney, where you met a fan who asked you to sign her arm.
I did. Yeah.
But you must sign lots of body parts.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, usually if a fan doesn't have like a book, they don't come prepared, they just stick their arms out for you.
Or other appendages.
Yeah, of course. So we're at this fan event, and there's like thousands of fans, and I'm going down the line, I'm signing an arm, and I get to one that has this giant Wolfpack tattoo that we wear. It's tattooed on her arm. I'm like, that's amazing, and that's some dedication. She goes, yeah. Can you sign it right here? And I was like, okay. And I was a little suspicious, so I made sure to do my best signature.
Right.
And I do it, and Kristen predicted it that night. She was like, I bet that fan's going to tattoo your signature.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
was like, no, she wouldn't do that. And sure enough, the next day.
Did.
That is such a commitment.
Can you imagine if you're like maybe in a bad mood that day? You're like, yeah, sure, I'll sign it.
Yeah, exactly. And she has some like scribble tattoo.
It says Ozzy
right.
Osbourne on it or something.
Well, Taylor, I'm very disappointed disappointed in the way you signed my wrist.
I
I'm
know.
very. But where's like, is there a favorite place that you've gone to promote the film, or a place where you were surprised by the culture, or?
Yeah, it's so hard to pick one place. But most recently, we were just in Stockholm, and it was gorgeous. We took a boat ride like around the islands and looked at everything. It was pretty amazing.
So now we're talking about Eclipse, and when we were in Volterra, the movie posters were everywhere.
Oh, boy.
It's like it's going to be a huge opening there. So so this picks up, of course, where the last saga left off. And what is happening now?
Right now, I mean, the movie starts. Edward and Bella, they're in love. They're planning on getting married, and then there's a third person in this party.
Of course. People are really dedicated to Team Jacob. I have to tell you. I mean, they are devoted.
I know. They're amazing. They are amazing.
They've got tattoos. I know that. Don't you find it interesting that the mothers and daughters, it's like the parents and the children are all equally into the film?
Absolutely. And don't get me wrong, Twilight Moms, I love you. But sometimes they are definitely... They're very passionate.
Right, well,
yeah,
that's right.
I just met a boy at the premiere, and this shows the fan base like no other. I met a 4-year-old boy, and he was bawling, and he had a poster of us. And we like passed him because we missed him. He's like this tall, and he started crying. And we came back to him. He was crying even harder. It was so cute.
Did you shake him and say, "Get a grip"?
I would have.
Stop crying, kid!
Wake up! It's a movie.
Well, let's take a look at a clip, okay? Because we have a clip now where Jacob comes to school to check on Bella. Twilight Eclipse. Take a look.
That's right. I have nothing to say.
Yes, you do.
I have nothing to say until the fourth installment.
That's right.
Take that, Bella.
The Twilight Saga Eclipse opens this Wednesday.
Tomorrow on Live, Taylor's co-star in Eclipse, actress Kristen Stewart.